Hey guys, I just felt like I needed to make a video. I don't know why, but I felt like I needed to get some things off of my chest. I'm coming to you live from the University Center. I had to go pick up my paycheck, and I felt like I was kind of having a little bit of a crisis mentally with anxiety. And a lot of it had to do with writing the book. I definitely was struggling a little bit in terms of I was doing a lot of research today, and I've felt this many times, but I just think that I'm losing my train of thought apparently. Just how much work is ahead for all of this. I always wanted to write a book since I was very young, and I wanted to continue writing more books. So this is like a goal that I've had for a long time and something that I've always wanted to achieve. And I finished writing the first draft maybe like a month ago, and I'm currently in the process of writing the second draft. And that's not necessarily the hard part. It's hard in certain elements because I know the world pretty extensively that I'm writing about. However, it's going to be at least 3 parts, so it should be a trilogy, maybe more. But just, I feel like I shouldn't add any more information to it. I know that probably my editors and people who will be reading it will have a lot of questions about the world, and I'd be more than happy to write a lot of those into it, but I feel like there's information that I need to withhold, and I'm very much struggling in terms of if what I've written is enough, or do I need to cut back? But that'll come when it comes down the line. I think more or less what I was freaking out about was just looking into how much time it's going to take and all the things that need to be done. And I was freaking myself out. I'm not gonna lie, it's weird because I go through stages of being really, really motivated and stages of being just completely petrified, like completely terrified. And I just think, like, why did I decide to do this? Like, why is this the thing I decided to do with my life? And there's times when I'm really excited and I feel like it's really going somewhere, and then there's other times that I'm like, oh, you're nothing but an significant speck on the universe, and what you're doing is not gonna matter at all, and you're just gonna be sad because it's just gonna crash to the ground and burn. But that is its own thing. So I had a lot of anxiety earlier just thinking about, I had like 30 tabs open on my computer, just like different things, like, oh, how long should chapters be? Oh, what do I need to do for editing? Oh, what do I do when I sign up for, thanks, DJ. What do I need to do in terms of sending it off to literary agents, and who should I write letters to, and who should I talk to, and is it okay to ask my favorite authors questions? They probably have a million questions that they're constantly being pestered with, so. And then there was, monetary things, and there was like, oh, you have to sell this many copies in order to break even, or, just billions of questions swirling in my mind, which it's just not good, especially if you are prone to anxiety and having, panic attacks and those sort of things. Like, I definitely felt like I was going to throw up everywhere, like for no reason. And I'm pretty sure anyone who was a customer at my job was probably like, why does this girl look so uncomfortable? She's making me uncomfortable. But, you know, I kind of calmed myself down by saying, like, you know, I gotta take everything one day at a time, gotta take everything one task at a time, and that's all you can really do, because if you are determined enough to get this far and have a completed product, for the most part, first draft, is probably gonna have to rewrite it like 12 times, but that's okay, then you're probably good enough to get, you know, do the rest of that stuff. So while I question the whole why am I doing this, why is this what I chose to do with my life questions, at the same time it feels right. Like it feels like it's what I'm supposed to do, it's what I am you know, maybe not necessarily talented at, but something that I've worked to try to be really good at. And it's worth doing, even if you feel like there's 10 million people out there doing the same thing you want to do, because no matter what, there's always going to be 10 million people doing what you want to do. So I guess if I can impart anything to make anyone else feel better, if you're in the same boat as me, which I know some of you are, because I've been talking to some of you about writing and books and all that, just take it one day at a time. Just finish your tasks, make checklists, just be really on top of it, because you might not feel like writing that other chapter, but you may feel like organizing your mailing list, or you know, any other side tasks, or sometimes taking a little bit of time away from the project, not an exuberant amount of time, probably just like, I don't know, like a day away or something like that. But just be aware of your mental state while you're working on things, because if you don't feel like working on something, then it's probably not going to help motivate you or help you work any better. So yeah, just, and a lot of it has to do with believing in yourself too, because I have a god-awful self-esteem. I always have. I've gotten a lot more confident as I've gotten older, but there's so many times when I think to myself, I'm just like, wow, I'm just I'm just a particle. I'm just this random person who exists in the world, and what significance do I bring to this world? And everyone has a significance and everyone has a purpose. It's just, you have to believe in yourself. That's one of the greatest tools you can have, is just believing in yourself, which is one of the hardest things. Sometimes I don't care like what other people think of me, but I definitely have a very hard time being confident in myself, and so that's a process that's coming along with all of this. And there's times when I feel like I did a really good job with the book, and then there's other times where I'm just like, God, this thing is terrible. Why would anybody read this? So yeah, just take your time, enjoy the process. Cooper also came in and talked to me halfway through my panic attack, and he reminded me that I just got to take my time and be patient, and that's true. Most things worth fighting for and worth making are going to take time, and so just, it's okay to just be, it's okay to just, you know, enjoy the process of it all and enjoy the creativity of it all. It's a benefit where I am right now that I can still make edits and I can still shape and mold this universe that I've begun to make. And I just think that I need to slow down and just live in the now and not have so much anxiety over, oh, what's my future gonna look like? Or, am I going to be able to support myself through all of this, or really any multitude of questions, but I'm just going to go ahead and wrap this up now. But I feel a little bit better having processed all of that and thought about it and kind of rambled it at you. I know none of my videos are ever really that cohesive or that eloquent. I'm a nervous talker. I just like to fill the space. So, and that's the thing too, is like sometimes before I do these, I'm like, oh yeah, I have a point to make. I'm gonna say some really important things, and then it just ends up being me just like blabbing out of my face hole for like 10 minutes, and it doesn't make like hardly any sense. So with that in mind, I'm gonna end the video right here, and have a great night, friends.